What a catch.
Williamson on Guy. Huff, the kick, open again is Hunter. Never mind. Zion Williamson with other ideas.
That is called a recovery.
That is also called ridiculous. How many guys his size could run that far, jump that high, block a shot, and not commit a foul? Mr. J.
And Hunter for Virginia. A steal by Williamson. But then stolen away by Jones, and it's Barrett out ahead of the pack. Going to burn another 25 seconds. Reddish, Williamson.
ACC, Warren can't find the range here. Reddish pushing it. Reddish! He'll fire, and Williamson has it, and Duke can get it back to single digits. He should have thought. He shot it with 15 on the shot clock. Williamson! And one! We're very fortunate they didn't turn it over, but then they did. Barrett jumped in the passing lane. RJ working on Cunningham. RJ Barrett, it's a 5-point game with just over 3.5 to play. Louisville is in serious trouble. For the Cardinals, that's number 15. Holding the ball above your head and no pass fake is an automatic steal right now in this ball game. Reddish for three. They're down by 2. Fires for 3. It won't go. Williamson can't get it, and Cunningham clears it away for Louisville. Franco steals and scores. I don't think Jones has it. Duke with a 3 can tie. Reddish for the tie. Yes, sir. Are you kidding me? Goldwire got a hand on it, and another turnover, and Louisville is coming on. Jeff Clark just telling Jimmy just what we saw here. You see clearly the left foot of Ryman Mann's in the arc. You can't draw a charge there, so now the foul's on him, and Reddish has the opportunity to give Duke the lead with 14.9 to go, and he does. Now Louisville has no timeouts to set their offense. Yeah, Chris Mack, but he had time to talk to his guys during the official review. I'm Duke. I stay up with my friends. Had a big night, very dangerous shooter, inbounded the ball. Cunningham for 10 seconds. Moore popping out. Sets the screen. Cunningham over Goldwire. Zion Williamson pulls it away, and the Blue Devils with a comeback for the ages. The biggest second-half comeback in Mike Krzyzewski's career at Duke.
And Lowry, heading comes Jabari, and he wheels in and dunks.
Goodness.
Just like that, they got it right back. Dunk it one end, dunk it the other. And the Wizards want to play fast. They get it down in a hurry. Parker driving, and another dunk.
Oh, wow. Goodness. Look at those legs.
Mortis to the baseline, and Jabari Parker.
Boy, he is explosive.
Yes, sir.
Parker with 12. He just blows right by.
Jabari Parker.
Got her in. Inside to Parker, and he dunks the ball.
Man,
If they get the ball to him in the...
What's going on, dudes and dudettes? So, pretty awesome victories by Duke right there that you saw. Especially road to, I guess you could call it a road win, but wire-to-wire type of win against Virginia, who was the number 3 ranked team at the time on Saturday. And I believe when they last played, Virginia was number 1, so luckily Duke has beaten that team twice. Hopefully that can continue going on into March and early April if they make it to the Final Four. But yeah, it was a pretty nice victory there for Saturday. And then last night it was a crazy biggest deficit they ever had to come back from, 23 points down to win by 2. Pretty crazy play at the end, but it was just correct play. The guy's foot was in the cylinder, and they had to give free throws to Duke. Luckily, the freshman Cam Reddish made them, and then they had to play defense for about 14 seconds, and luckily they did. And yes, it was a great victory. And then today is also Coach K's birthday, so happy birthday to him as well. Great next 2 days for him. Hopefully he can celebrate very well. And yeah, they're big, and glad that they were able to get these W's. And just like I said, hopefully it can continue. It was awesome, as you guys just saw right there. Then a little bit of Duke news in the NBA. The other day, Marvin Bagley did have his career high at 32 points and 7 rebounds as well, which is really cool as a rookie. Hopefully he gets more playing time and he can continue to get better. I know he was actually in the Kristaps Porzingis deal. Like, I believe the New York Knicks were trying to get him. I don't know why the Kings didn't do that, but obviously he might have not even re-signed with them as well. So, and he's probably, Porzingis looks like he's not even going to come back, so maybe it's a good deal for them. But just wish that Marvin Bagley was able to get on a team where he could get more points and more chances to play, especially starting. But hopefully it can happen in the near future. Of course, the only bit of Laker news to come out since they weren't able to complete the trade with Anthony Davis is that Magic Johnson is being put in tampering issues, of course, because apparently he said he would be wanting to talk with Ben Simmons, the young player from Philadelphia 76ers, and then that caused the whole thing, even though I think it came out that it was like about a month ago or so, or a few months back, that Ben Simmons asked about that, if he could be able to talk, and then requested, and then they just said no, thank you, and everything just went a ways. But I don't know why he had to bring it up again at that time, and then the NBA had to investigate it again. But it was just, even Magic Johnson wasn't even involved, so I don't know, it's just some sketchy thing, especially with, he's already been caught before tampering as well with the Paul George situation. So that's the only problems I have with Magic Johnson, him still thinking you can do that when, yeah, you got LeBron, but you got an old LeBron, so get a better player next year and next summer, and we'll see what happens, because definitely does not look like the Lakers are gonna make the playoffs this year. That's just my opinion, but we'll just have to wait and see. And also one of the younger players, Josh Hart, they say he might be out till a little bit after the All-Star break, which is coming up this weekend. So hopefully it's not too long, but I don't know, it's just another player that maybe he's a little bit broken down too much and too many times, and maybe not gonna last that long in the NBA, but we hope he does, because he is a really talented player. Then the Lakers and I believe the Rockets are interested in a forward and Markieff Morris, who was recently released, and Lakers have one roster spot to fill up, and they might get him. Everything indicates that they're gonna maybe go after Carmelo Anthony just because he's LeBron's friend, basically, but even that hasn't happened yet officially, so you just never know what's gonna happen with that extra roster spot. And then they asked if the Lakers would regret trading Ivica Zubac, especially to the Clippers. I think you can, just because at times you saw, especially the past 2 games, that even the defense and even the scoring coming from your power forward / center spots hasn't really been all that great in JaVale McGee and Tyson Chandler, and they're not even giving Moritz Wagner a chance who can shoot the 3 as well as many times to play out there. So just kind of wondering why they made certain deals that they did and had to let go of some guys. But I really like that guy, but yeah, we'll just see how it goes, as I always say. So now I guess USC's biggest thing to do now, especially if they haven't fired their head coach yet, is to look for our next president and getting rid of Lynn Swann. Just because in my opinion, I don't think he's fully and 100% committed. I know it's like a slow time supposedly right now for sports, and only the basketball is really going on and certain other smaller, not really televised stuff, but I mean, even your basketball team isn't performing up to 100% as they should. So you might even have to look at a different coach at some point, even though he's really good at recruiting. It kind of seems like we're both USC basketball and football. Their coach is really good at recruiting at times, but as far as executing and either having the correct coaches around them or choosing the correct philosophy to coach the team, it really doesn't seem like it's going all that well 100%. And usually if that happens, then I don't even know how you can look for a new president if the president's the one that's usually looking for the new next head coaches. So maybe like somebody else on the board there would have to look for a president first, and then they would have to decide if they want to keep those coaches as well. Just something that will be pretty interesting going forward from here on out. See what they'll do. You obviously heard what I think they should do, but nobody ever listens to me, so let's just get on to the next one. So the Anaheim Ducks finally fired Randy Carlyle, their head coach, after losing, I can't even remember how many they've lost recently. It's been so many. They've had a losing streak, and then now Bob Murray, the general manager, is going to be coaching them as well and trying to look for a coach. So it doesn't look like it's going to go bode all that well for them for the rest of the year, but hopefully that ends up in a top draft pick and a guy who could help out a team that was just in the playoffs not that far, not that too many years ago. So hopefully it can work out. Thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all think, and have a great rest of your day.